Okay, let's start.
Okay. The power of a system. The power of a system. Number one, studies have proven that human beings function best within a structured, systematized environment.
If you don't structure human beings, just leave them on their own, you have a big chaos. One of the things that frustrated me when I came to Europe was that the fact that they are controlling everything. In Nigeria, nobody controls you. Go anywhere you want, pass anywhere. Everybody just do anything he wants in Nigeria. We think, now they are shouting at the government that, they are controlling. Go up, live in Europe now and in America. Everything is controlled. It's like you are in a cage, animal farm. You don't belong to yourself. You don't own anything. But in Africa, it's like God just dropped you there on the earth and he disappeared. And you can just do anything you want. But in Europe, that was what frustrated me. I thought I was an organized person. But when I came to Europe will frustrate you. Because they would say, you have to do it this way. I said, why? But I can cross now. Nobody's there. No, you have to. But no car now. No, you have to stop. No, nobody is coming now. No accident, no car, nothing. But it's red. You have to stop. Wait. For nothing? Yes. In Nigerian mind, we don't believe that a system should be more important than the man. Yes. But in the West, the way the West works is that the system will be more important than you. For in Nigeria, that is difficult. Nothing should be more important than me. That's why when you meet Nigerians, they are different. They look like rude. They are unruly. They bust their way through. They do what they want to do because in that where we are coming from, guys. Nobody stops us. Anything that comes to our mind, we do it. If we want to call police, where will you find him? Which police? Nigeria is not the police state at all. The only police you see are the ones taking bribe at the road. That's all. Nigeria is a place on its own. But that is why I say to change Nigeria, the first thing we have to start with is to begin to put system in place. And system means control. Nigerians will not like it, believe me. And the reason why I voted for Buhari the first time was because he understood, I thought he understood that. Because when he came for the first time, they were really trying to put systems in place and control in place. Because our people are so unruly. To make any system work, you have to have a control mechanism. It's all about control. I remember I arrived in the UK one time. So they said the UK citizens this way, EU citizen this line, all others this way. Then the UK citizen line became empty. And the EU was almost empty too. I said, he's finished now. That's why I crossed the road to join them. Well, nobody there now. We are here, 2,000 people standing, and here is finished. And you are just stand there. You know, because sense. I said, get so vexed. I'm talking Russia. I'm sorry. Where is your conscience? We are standing here now, but the line there is empty. They say it is order. That kind of order is difficult for me as a Nigerian to accept. I said, how can you say order when human beings are standing? That is the worst for you. Order, the rule is the rule. Yes. So rules are more important than people. That is a very difficult concept for Nigerians to accept. So that's one of the big things we have to break in Nigeria. We say, no, I am here. I want it. In Nigeria, no rules self, talk less of making the rules more important than the man. A lot of things. For example, another shock that I got in Europe. I told this story before. When I went to Germany. Bad news. Germans, they are addicted to the rules and letters. So that's because it's still the same traffic something. It was in Berlin. So I and my friends, we look to the right, no car. We look to the left, no car. Everywhere empty. So we just said, let's quickly run. We ran across. From nowhere, police appeared. Where did they come from? We didn't see them now. We look, we check, nothing. But as soon as we crossed, they just stood in the front of us like this. Ooh. So we said, oh, we are sorry, we are students. We didn't know. It was red. It was no car. So, okay, we will not do it again. Five, it used to be mark those days. Mark. Five marks. I said, well, we didn't know. Now we didn't know. No car now. 10 marks. No, please, let her. 15 marks. No. 10, 20 marks. No. Every argument became punishable. Each time we try to beg, we said these people don't have conscience, they don't have feelings, they don't have pity. In Nigeria, because that's the way we came, pity. Forgive now. No, bro, please, brother, please, sister, please. And a woman was one of the police. We were looking at her thinking, we'll find mercy. We didn't know that in Europe, law is above mercy even. That's why I would rather go to Africa. I would rather go to Africa. No mass law is like you are the instrument, you are the nothing. Law is everything. Same thing in America. They don't bend. That's going to be a tough one for our Nigerians.
Yes. It will, but at the end of the day, they will love it, because when we came to, we never loved it, but by the time we lived in it, we started loving the system.
Getting adjusted to it.
So they will later.
Yeah. Okay, the power of system.
Okay, the power of a system. Number one, studies have proven that human beings function best within a structured, systematized environment.
So either we like it or not, we've got to put our people in a structured, systematized environment. They must be put under control for anything to work. Otherwise, nothing will work. Either they like it or not. Okay?
Number two, whether they believe in a particular law or not, the system ensures that they abide by it behaviorally.
You see, in Nigeria, they will argue. I mean, somebody was caught, a whole chief judge, who is supposed to be judging other people, chief justice, that he was corrupt. I mean, money was found in his possession. He said he would not resign and all that. He was, that. But what is even worse is that governors, people who are supposed to defend the law, politicians were saying, no, you don't have the right to suspend him. Even though he's corrupt, it doesn't matter. Ibori was jailed in the UK, released home, and people were celebrating with drums. So, in fact, they went to church to sing. Even if you want to celebrate in the corner somewhere. But they went to church where it's supposed to be righteousness. Then there was the one Alisema or something like that. Alisema or something. Bayelsa governor. Alamesia. That one ran away from justice. So he's a fugitive. And his people were saying, we are not going to allow him to be arrested. This one, we will not give him out. Everybody else is corrupt too. So why should see that our own you are touching? The logic is serious. So corruption doesn't matter. But this is our son. What right do we have to touch him? I have another one like that because see, laws don't matter in my country. We have not elevated law. We have not celebrated law. I have another one in my state. In fact, when I heard the first time that guy is from my state, I thought, no, it cannot be. Then I heard that it's not just from my state, it's from my Ijebu papa, a real Ijebu guy. I said, so what happened? His own people came out and said that we are not going to allow you to rise. I said, when I was growing up, it was not the same. When I was growing up, if anybody is a thief, if they hear that, the whole village will chase you out. They will reject you. But now, I didn't know that guy, he became a senator in Ijebu Igbo, Shoromu something, they call him Shoro, Buruji something, Buruji. He's a fugitive in America. They said he was carrying drugs. He ran away and became a senator in Nigeria. The federal government wanted to arrest him. Human beings put a human shield around his house. He locked himself in the house and they couldn't get to him. Kashumu? Yeah, he's an Ijebu guy. And I say, my people did that? It's a shame. I didn't even know that Nigeria is just totally ruined. They will not allow them to arrest him because it gives them on every layer, there's something they call a layer. Well, that's like Muslim festival. It gives them, rice and money and all kind of things. A New Year. So people have sold out their soul, conscience for money. And this is happening all over the country. So there is nowhere you could say it's better than the other. Everybody is corrupt. Maybe the north is a bit better.
A bit.
Yeah. But we need to bring law back. Because if you don't respect laws, systems, it cannot be built. Because systems are built on laws. So it's not just laws of nature like chemistry and things, but laws of society too. Any system is built on laws and principles. So there must be laws and principles to guide the society as well. So if those laws and principles are not respected, systems cannot be built. So the foundation of system building is the respect to laws, principles. Okay.
Number 3, both history and the rule of various empires show us the power of system building. It is no secret that to build any wonder of the world or monumental building of some sort requires many laborers functioning within a system.
Yep.
Understanding systems.
Stronger now.
Understanding systems. A structure is built once and cannot reproduce itself unless it becomes a system.
So if you build, like somebody asked a question yesterday, somebody wrote a business plan. Is that a system? No, it's just a project that was performed. Or if you do something once and it's not reproducing itself, it's not automatically reproducing, it's not a system. It could be a structure, complex structure, but if it's not rotating as a process, reproducing itself, it's not a system.
A system causes something to be built many times.
So a system will not just do it one time, but it will reproduce and do it many times. It's a cycle.
The system ensures multiplication and ongoing results.
And a system will assure that there is a progress, multiplication of the thing. So one of the advantages of system is that it will multiply the original result you already have. It will multiply it many times and make it ongoing, sustainable.
When it comes to the earth realm, system based on laws and principles rule. Systems are superior to talent, heart, and in some instances, even prayer.
Okay, that is very debatable, right? Especially to our people who are religious. That system is superior to prayer. For example, you could pray for cancer patient to be healed or any sickness, somebody who broke his leg to be healed, right? That is prayer. But the fact that that leg, that fractured leg is going to be healed when you pray, there is no guarantee. Or somebody broke his head in an accident and you are praying. But if you take them to the hospital, they will fix that bone that is broken. If you take them to the hospital, they will fix that head. And you know, a hospital is a system. But prayers is not reliable always, even though things could happen through prayer, but it's not reliable. So that's why we say system is stronger than prayer. So to develop Nigeria, the system is more reliable than praying that God will do something about Nigeria. System is stronger than prayer in that sense as well. So when it comes to fruit of the womb, instead of you just to go and be praying and be giving those people your money and they will be ripping you off, go and do IVF or something, or go to the hospital and do some research and find out what is wrong with your system. System is stronger than prayers. Now, the question then comes in to be, why, Pastor Sunday? Why should system be stronger than prayers? It's very simple. God made it that way, for systems to be stronger than prayers. And the reason is because God created the earth to function by systems, by laws and principles. And he himself obliged to that law. God didn't make the earth to function by prayers. He made the earth to function by systems. So, since this is his rule that he has put in place, his law and his order, then by functioning according to his order that way, it will always give you result. It's more reliable to function according to the order of God, which is by laws and principles and systems, than to be just expecting some supernatural things to happen through prayers. Prayers are exceptions in the order of how the earth is supposed to function, not the rules. This is so difficult to convey to people. But the example of the hospital, I would rather have hospitals all over the place than have evangelists coming to town for miracle crusades. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Because the evangelists will go back. Mm-hmm. And somebody will be sick the very same day he left. Or the next day. But a system is better. For example, we have educational system. But I know people in my village, my grandmother, for example, she never studied, but she was able to read a Bible through miracles. But only Bible she could read. She couldn't read the newspaper. That's a miracle right there. But yet, she could read any other thing. But I would prefer educational system than that one miracle. Which means prayer is better than, system is better than prayer. Now, I also read in the Bible that Philip was transported to meet the Ethiopian eunuch. But that was what do you call it? Teleportation, right?
Teleportation.
Teleportation. Even though that's a miracle, but I think a jet is better. Because that miracle has not happened to too many people that I know. But through jet, many people have been transported all over the world. Every day, every minute, they have been transported. I don't know if you get it. Yes. But when you first hear that kind of statement, a system is better than prayers, they will just put me under the category of blasphemy.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say something. And from understanding what you teach us about prayers, then you shouldn't have a problem understanding why systems should be more than prayers, because prayer is not for you to ask things from God. It's for you to form an intimate relationship with Him.
Now you are talking like that because you have listened to the prayer series.
So if you have that understanding,
you already have the understanding because he has finished the prayer series. Yeah. But people who have not finished the prayer series, they still don't know what prayer is about. Yeah. So, but they are taking prayers to mean what the general understanding of prayer is. Mm-hmm. So prayer is, systems are so strong, and system is so important that system is stronger than prayers. Also, system is stronger than talent. Yes. System is stronger than talent. For example, I noticed that in the last 2 or 3 Olympics, Nigeria didn't win anything. And people are telling me, oh, we have so many talented people. Even if your whole country is full of talent. If you don't have system in place of training, of perfection, of, upgrading their quality, they will not be competitive. Let me give you an example. There is one Nigerian man that is so talented that he went to the Olympics and competed in the semi-final with Bolt, and he came second. But I think Dudu or something they call him, from Delta State. He's now in the United States. So, but despite this guy's talent, when they got to the final, he came last. So, but before the final, they were asking him, you are in the same team and you have all these names going to run with you, Usain Bolt and all these people. He said, God can do anything. anything can happen. They have 2 legs, I have 2 legs also. Anything can happen. I know I have the talent. God has given me the talent. Okay. That is what leads to disgrace. Because when they got to the tracks, it was like he had never run before. He has the talent, but he didn't develop it. He didn't nurture it through system. No system in Nigeria. So he will only be going by himself to just run by himself anyhow. But then, I think the state government decided to have, Delta State or whatever, decided to have mercy on him. They sent him on a sports scholarship to America. Now, he has the best time in 100 meters or 200 meters among all Americans in America, universities. Because he had the talent, but when the system is just exploding. System. Yeah, and there are why did he become number 1? All those people he now defeated were defeating him with his talent. He was coming last in competitions. Because those people had systems. Even without talent, but with their system, they were still beating him with talent. But one of the sports that I like to watch is called boxing. Professional boxing. And women don't like that too much, but just for the sake of example, just for the sake of the example, I'm not going to show you. When people who are talented from Africa but don't train, they don't have tactics and method, but they are strong. When they appear on stage, the one that is thin like this, he will just do like this. And then give you from upper cut. You don't even know where the thing is coming. You don't even know where the thing is coming from. They batter your head well until they knock you out. You become a shame and disgrace. Why? Because it is not the power. Power, talent, they all lose to systems. When the system is put in place, it will defeat talent at any day, at any time. In fact,
I was just reminiscing Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
The successes recorded so far and some of the opponents he's always having in boxing.
Mm-hmm.
So you said something about if there's system in place,
yeah,
it will overpower anything around talent.
Yes. So. Yeah, that's true. But that Anthony Joshua, he had gone to Nigeria to compete for Nigeria. Because Nigeria, they are looking for talent. So they didn't pick him. He didn't qualify for the Olympics. You know why? They were thinking the Nigerian there on the ground, they have the talent. So they took the Nigerian talent one. And he then came back to England. They didn't have talent, but he just was working under the system. Now the one they picked, nobody, can you remember the name? I'm talking of the one with the talent though. But the one they said he didn't have talent, and he just came back to England, and he was just working the system. He's the champion of the world right now. He won the Olympics and became the champion of the world. Systems. You know, I hear a lot of arguments like from my fellow Africans who studied in Europe. Almost all of them say, Europeans, white people, there's nothing special because I studied with them in class and I defeated them and I was better than them. And maybe you have had that kind of argument before. And we are studying together now and we are doing better than them all. But who is performing? Why are you not performing after classroom? Because systems are put in place for them to function. Even people like me and all of us, we're having results because of system that is in place in Europe. But I was still the same person, maybe with the same talent back at home, but beyond my village. Even that village, I couldn't even become local champion. No system to enhance and to facilitate the talent. System is everything, guys. In fact, let me tell you something else. System will beat heart. System is stronger than people who have heart, you know. You say people who have heart, courage. That you are bold. Without your boldness. You know, I'm an Ijebu man. My favorite Ijebu story is not a very pleasant one. Because Ijebu people, they think they have the heart, the boldness, the audacity, the courage. You know, Ijebu people, Ijebu nation, are the only people that were not in Nigeria, that were not, at least in Yoruba land, that were not sold into slavery. No Ijebu son was sold into slavery. So they used to be proud of that. So when the colonization came, and all of Nigeria has been colonized, Ijebu was the last to be colonized with Benin Kingdom. So the Benin Kingdom, they just sent one regiment because Benin Kingdom was very strong. They were the superpower. But no machinery, no machine gun, no, just with the, the arrow and the machete, they were the superpower. But when the regiment came from the UK, machine gun, they didn't even come across the arrow or their machete. Nobody came close. You didn't even see what was flying, what was hitting you from. They thought it was the rain of thunder hitting them from. If you are interested, you can go and look at the British Ijebu War. So we had the heart, we had the boldness. They gathered 240,000 army, Ijebu people. Yes. And the British people had only 600. Can you imagine how many times? Almost 1,000 times more. But they had just invented some artillery, some machine guns that are. It was on us, they tried it. It scattered everybody. All that boldness is disappeared into thin air. Even the king was coming to Dobale to the representative of the queen that capture us, please. Don't let that thing keep on shooting. Just take us over. Collect us. Cuckoo, collect everything. Don't let that thing keep on shooting. They were doing sacrifice, human sacrifice. They buried 40 virgins and all that. They said they would never cross that thing. They never cross it. Those virgins were just wasted like that. But you don't know who does to cross anything. Machine gun, they fly. If by the time they cross, nothing happened to them. They don't know that you bred anything. Because they have a system of warfare. And that's why I said, even we right now, we think we're a country. We have 200 million. But if we have real conflict, any country will just shut us down. Any country. It's a country of 5 million, no, 10 million, no, 1 million, no, that have real system of... You think it's the amount of people, amount of soldiers? That one. This is just for lunch, for 1 day lunch, for machinery, the whole army. Primitiveness. So for us to get out of that primitiveness, we need to build systems. So heart is not enough. Courage is not enough. System beats courage. I mean, the Benin guys also, their king was a legendary king. They removed him from the throne. They removed because those days they used to say you cannot see the eyes or the face of the king and leave. Some soldiers just from Scotland, they just removed the thing that you used to cover the throne and the crown, and they just removed it. They gave the guy dirty slap and handcuffed him. Nothing happened. Then they even exiled him from his kingdom, even threw him away from there. Nobody asked him for permission. Systems. All those witchcraft, all those they were doing, nobody can enter the palace in their own place. Nobody can enter the palace. No, even their own sons. And their own sons will enter, they will die. But when the white people came, they entered, they took all the artifacts and they were calling them artifacts, but they were the orishas. No, those were the goddesses and the gods. They took them up to today, we cannot collect them back from England. All the gods, nothing happened. They are there in the museum. People are going to see them every day, paying money, save. And we used to say they were gods. So you see why I am so passionate about getting things right. Not just in the periphery how things work, but getting to the root of things. Learning to build stuff. Talent will not save us. We need systems. Courage will not help us. We need systems. Prayer even will not help us. System is stronger. System is superior. So my own understanding of religion is different from Africans' understanding of religion. Because when I talk like this, people say he's an atheist. He hates God. I even had another version of the story yesterday that something happened to me, and because of that, I'm angry at God. That's why I'm preaching like this. I just had that one. Different versions every day. But they don't know that talking like this doesn't make me an unbeliever or an atheist. I'm a Christian. But you practice religion. In Nigeria's understanding, Christianity is religion. But in my own understanding, Christianity is my personal relationship with God. It's a personal walk, friendship, intimacy with the Father. And then if you go and listen to my prayer series, you will know how that works. But what they have is religion. And they are practicing religion thinking that that is God. So when I talk like this, they're thinking that I'm conflicting God or what do you call it, contradicting God. But no, this is how God functions. But religion will not allow you to know how God functions. Religion will tell you you can't think like that. You can't talk like that. If you talk like that, you are against God. Religion will not show you that no, this is what God is. God is a systemic God. I just showed you all the things that God created in nature by the system, in system that we are all functioning in. God is for systems. Is God. Go and read Revelation. See how heaven is described. Everything is organized, perfect. That is system right there. And you are telling me to think like this is being anti-God? Then I don't know what kind of religion you have. That's what religion does. It cuts you out away from God. And it doesn't open your eyes to know real God. And we must have our balanced understanding of God. We must know how God operates. Okay.
It is the glory of God to be fruitful and multiply and put a system in place for the purpose of reproduction.
So that's the way God himself operates, and he wants us to operate like that too.
Systems acronym. So system. S is for save. Y, your. S, self. T, time. E, energy. M, money. So save yourself, time, energy, money.
When you build system, you save yourself time, energy, and money. That's a good acronym right there. Because system will be working for you automatically in a stable manner. So you build system to save yourself time, which is the greatest wealth. Then you build system to save yourself energy. You build system to save yourself money. These are enough reasons why we need to build systems.
Components of a system. We have structure, process, and algorithm.
We already showed you some of that, right? But we start with the algorithm.
Yeah.
Then the algorithm creates the structure. Then the process is released to make the system function. So this is like you just put there as the picture is just there as this is not in order. The order is algorithm, structure, process, then equals system.
Good. Algorithm.
Algorithm, is the same as formula, okay?
Okay. Algorithm. A method or equation that brings about a desired result. If you follow it, it comes to a successful resolution.
Solution.
To a successful solution. It is logical. It is a logical equation that guarantees the problem is solved or the goal is accomplished.
Yeah. But later on, I will show you the example of how algorithm looks like or formula looks like and how we can use it to solve a given problem.
Key. First, research the underlying laws and principles.
I've told you this, that for you to be able to build a system at all, you need to be able to find out the laws and principles that are responsible for that functioning of that thing. So research is therefore very important. Research, okay?
Okay. Key. First, research the underlying laws and principles of your targeted sphere of life and build a system that will ensure you that the goal within that sphere is accomplished, giving you great influence there. This will give you the platform needed to fulfill the mandate of God within that sphere.
Okay.
If you know the algorithm, you can build any system. Anyone can build systems.
If you know the formula, basically, you can build any system.
Anyone can build systems. Systems must be used instead of emotions to solve a problem.
And where I come from, emotion is the king.
Yeah.
Instead of system. For example, on my YouTube page, if you go to my YouTube page, everything is there as a system, but few of our people know about this. So when they go there, they see one video that attracts their attention and they click on it, but you don't do that. If you go to the home page, you will see that everything is put there in categories, blocks. That's a structure. It has a structure. So the first part of it are blocks of teachings. You will see teaching series 1, teaching series 2, teaching series 3. But after, when you see teaching series 1, you will see like 20 different playlists or files, but having many different videos inside. So then you will see teaching series 2, you will also see blocks of playlists with different amount of videos inside. Then 3. Then after that first 3 parts of blocks, then you see other blocks that are totally different. Documentaries or interviews or television shows or special programs, those or question and answers, those are already different words altogether. But mostly because our people are emotional, they are not patient, and they don't research. So most of the time, they will just click on a video, then they will just see the next one that comes in the suggested videos, and just see the one they like and click on that one too. And it's like cooking salad, all kind of fruits, all kind of leaves, vegetable put in this same pot. It's not, you are not holistic. You are not being systemic. And then you will not be built structurally. Or people are excited just following me every day on daily broadcast to comment. But they never go to YouTube. They don't know that they don't know me at all. It's like you have never come across me. If you just do live broadcast, you have missed out. Because the thing that will give you growth is not the live broadcast. Because the live broadcast is just the emotion, excitement. But for you to really get the thing sink into you, you need to really settle down. Take one playlist, a whole playlist. Even if it is 50 videos that are there, finish them. Then go and look for another playlist or topic that you want. Find that other topic, finish them. For example, somebody just wrote me a few days ago and said she's been having a whole huge problem with the husband. In fact, they are almost divorced. So, when it got to a question of divorce, and the man was saying, okay, instead of losing the family, what can I do? So the wife said, go and listen to Dr. Sunday. And he said, wow. Because he had tried to listen to me, but he would see me criticizing Oyedepo, he would see me criticizing Adeboye, and he himself was going to one of those churches. He couldn't just get it. But when the wife instructed him and said, start with truth series, he said, what is that? He said, I've listened to one about truth. But it's totally different when you listen to one about truth than series. So she helped him to find where the whole series is. That is how the miracle happened. The man that had totally ruined his family, you could say. But he listened, he finished the whole truth series. He just became transformed. He went to the wife said, I can't believe it. He proposed to her, let's be listening together now. He said, I have never seen anything like this before. So you mean these things are in the Bible and these are our GOs? He's been a believer for like forever. And he's been going to church, and he said, it's like I'm just being born again. Then the wife now say, now that you yourself have come, now let's do family series together. So they started doing family series together. But he didn't know. You had seen something about one there. But when they started one by one, going through the whole family series, their family became one again together. So, because it's a system that is there, it's not chaotic. It's not just Dr. Sunday has many videos. It's not just he has many videos there. No, it's a system. And if you will honor the system and follow the system, it will transform you big time and regenerate you. So has anybody discovered what I'm talking about the YouTube? Yeah, she wants to say something?
It's really better to go on YouTube. I've told people that I know that even me myself, most of the current things Dr. Sunday is doing, I'm not watching. About the politics and the Jews, I already know those information. But yeah, those are their facts. It's new people that needs to know what is going on. But if you want to grow, you want knowledge, you want a change. Forget Geo.
The control.
Go to YouTube official and pick any of the series. I have a background in CAC, in MFM, where you think it's prayer. It's recently, in the last week, that I even started prayer series.
You discovered it?
Yeah, I knew it was there. I've listened to some of the other series. But in the last week, I started listening to prayer series. And it's almost like some things that were inside me already, unconsciously, that I didn't even know. It was now making it clear to me about prayer, about having personal relationship with God, which is what I think I have somehow had on my own. I have had it, which was why going to those churches was difficult for me in the first place. I couldn't really settle in and everything. But when I was now listening, I was like, yes, this is it. This is what I've been practicing all this while. That is why I'm different. That is why my life, my relationship, and what I get from God, is different. So you really, if you want anything to change, stop looking at he's saying something about this pastor, he's saying whatever. That's okay. Now I'm not even telling anybody anything anymore. Yes, my life is changing. I feel good. I have sense in my head. I'm good. So I'm not telling anybody anything. If you want, watch. If you want, don't watch.
How did you discover those series, though? The series, not just the videos.
I think.
How did you discover that they are in series?
I believe when I started watching, you were doing. I had said before, you were doing love series, and every day you were doing it. And after that, you do another one. You did temple cleansers, idol smashes. You do everything day by day. So I already know, and you always announce that when you go on YouTube, that on YouTube official, that those series are there. So I knew that. And I've been telling some people that, you want these things about your relationship to change. I mean, use my life as an example. You don't want some things that has happened to me to happen to you. Go and watch family series. I tell them, don't listen to what anybody's saying to you, or you are sending some text. Somebody is sending you text. Don't listen to any of that. Go and change your life. Stop listening to what people are saying. Stop listening to what people are telling you. They carry one sentence from a whole video, and that one sentence you now use it and broadcast it and whatever. I don't listen to any of that. I have sense. The sense that I didn't have, as I was saying now, I was all about sentiments before. Everything was my heart. I never used my brain. Everything was heart. But now I use my head about many things. And that's, you would think you are listening to a man of God, which is Dr. Sunday, and you all be spiritual and everything. Yeah, it's spiritual. It's about God. But you use your head. The suffering that we experience in life is because we don't use our head. We don't use our mind. So, yeah.
You are saying that there are two families. You started with by saying there are two families
many
that
families.
You are recommending or something.
Many families, many family members, many friends. I was talking to, even the interview that I did, I was asking some friends, have you watched? No, I've not watched. And they didn't want to watch the interview that I did. I'm like, this is, and then one day.
The interview with me?
Yes. And I asked, have you watched? And then one day, this person just went off and just went talking. I had to like, it's okay. I was like, calm down. You know, after that, I'm like, I now made up my mind that every individual stays on their own. We're friends, we see each other and everything, but I know what I have been through. I know where I want to be. So if you want, stay in your religious, cultural mindset that has made Africa dark and is still dark, and you don't want to see, and that's okay. But I'm not living that life anymore. So,
who else has discovered the? Have you discovered the series that they are in series?
Yeah, when you go on YouTube, if you click on Sunday Adelaja, right, just type up Sunday Adelaja, it will bring out Sunday, then it will bring out all the series for you, and you can download it and watch it offline. That's what I did.
Why don't you go to the home page? Home page is better because it's actually organized better in the home page. Or is it not in every computer?
No, I think if you go to the home page, just click on.
No, microphone.
If you go to the home page, if you want to see the structure very well, you just click
how
on.
do you do that?
You click on.
Because some people say that it depends on the device you are using.
No, if it's a mobile device, it will show it in a kind of like a vertical scrolling stuff. But if it's a computer, it will show it just like the way you described it.
Yeah.
It's a it's a group of playlists organized in, how will I put it now? It's a group. So you have like the teaching series 1, teaching series 2, teaching series. In each of those series, you have different playlists, and in each of the playlists, you have all the list of the videos. So you can just go click on you go to teaching series 1, you click on prayer. The prayer series, you see all the videos. Like the family series now has about 149 videos.
19.
Yeah, 119 videos, 119 videos in just the prayer series, in just one of the teaching series.
And okay, you said playlist.
yes.
Did you go to playlist?
Yes. I went to the home page, then playlist. There's in parts.
Is it the way it is?
Yeah.
She said she went to the home page. Then from the home page, she went to the playlist.
You know, if you type Dr. Sunday Adelaja in the search bar, it will come up with so many lists of Dr. Sunday. The channel itself is what you should click on. The channel, not this one. You click on the channel.
So don't go to playlist immediately. Go to the channel.
The channel first. You go to the channel, then you see home, video, playlist, and community.
But you don't pick community or playlist. No. Only home.
No, you type. You go to YouTube, the search bar. You type Dr. Sunday Adelaja official. It comes up with a list. You see the first on the search result is the channel. Click in the channel. It takes you into the channel that shows you home, videos, playlists. Then you click on playlists. That's where you.
So don't go to videos.
Don't
go to playlists. Don't go to community. Just click home. Go to home straight.
It will take you home automatically. Then you click on playlist.
No. Let me show you. Sorry.
Can you help her? Explain to her. Use her computer to help.
See.
No, give the microphone still.
Okay.
So hold it for her. Hold it for him.
Okay, see. You clicked on Sunday Adelaja, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the channel. Click on this channel.
Okay.
Yeah. Now in this channel you have home, video, playlist. Click on playlist.
Okay.
Playlist or home?
There you now see all.
Click on
You now see all. These are teaching series 1, teaching series 2, teaching series 3, history makers training, testimonies, documentaries, special programs with DSA, interviews, just like that.
Okay.
So if you come to the teaching series 1, this is now, okay, let's go to, if you see, this is the Kingdom series. You click on the Kingdom series, you see all the videos of the Kingdom series.
Okay, so you bring about that 69 series.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you go back to what? Go back again.
Go back.
Go to another series,
This
for
one.
example.
Home? No, home will just show you scattered videos.
Okay.
It won't show you the.
Home with school, you scattered videos?
Yeah. It won't show you the full organized playlist. The way it is, yeah.
So they are right then that it depends on the.
No, they should always go to the playlists.
From iPad, it shows different.
Yeah.
But in Android.
No, but in iPad it's different.
No, it's the same.
For me, it's almost the same.
It's the same thing.
It's almost the same thing.
No, iPad is different. See, for example,
Playlist is the same.
you have iPad.
Yeah.
So subscribe.
Does anybody have iPad?
Yeah.
iPad is totally different.
It's the same thing.
No.
You're not following the right process.
No, try to show it on iPad.
Show them.
It's iPad again.
Yeah, use iPad to do it.
I'm on iPad and that's what it gave me.
This is the way it's supposed to be in iPad. Yeah.
If they search, this is how.
Okay, they searched it. Okay.
This is the
Sunday
results.
Adelaja.
Yes.
You go to the channel.
No.
This is the first channel.
No, look the way. Everybody look the way it's showing it.
No.
Everybody look at the way it's showing
You
it.
got to go on the iPad.
Okay, go ahead. This is iPad.
Yeah, this is the search results.
Okay.
Yeah. You click on the channel. This is channel, the one that has the round
Okay.
image. You click on the channel. When you click on the channel, it takes you to your page.
Page. Yeah.
On
That
your
is the home page already.
Yeah. This is the home page already, but
Okay.
you don't go to the home page. You go to the playlist.
No, why do we need to go to the
Because the playlist will show you just the way it is properly organized.
Ah.
So you go to the playlist, and in the playlist you start seeing it. All the teaching series 1, teaching series 2, just like that, teaching series part 3.
Tosin, you can't get it, eh? You don't get what he's saying.
No, I understand that.
You understand it? Bola, you got it right now.
Yes, sir. I've got it right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's right.
But you didn't get it.
I have it. I got it.
Yeah?
You get it.
You see the organized thing?
I've seen the organized thing.
Yeah.
This is what we have been watching, back home with Pastor Thank God. This is what we've
Yeah,
been
because that
watching
is what we're
with Pastor Thank God.
Yeah, because
Back home.
the scattered one and start picking. Yeah.
Sorry, no, give her the microphone. Let's hear. Sorry, what you said? Thank you for let them hear you.
Oh, I said thank you for this, for explaining it better. I do go on YouTube and I just looked at the scatters ones and I choose the one that relates to what I really want, but not following the series. Just maybe 1 or 2 was out, so I just read that one. So, but
So
now
whatever it shows is what.
yeah,
you
so I've got a complete one now that I can start from series 1 to the end. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank God. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay.
Here we are. We go back to the system. So everything is system.
Yeah.
But people who don't understand that even a simple thing like YouTube pay, the YouTube, that is a system, they are following DSO, but you see they are not transforming. They are not, you cannot, there is no way you can be transformed by looking at them accidentally like that. Another person I was talking to told me, oh, I'm registered on your YouTube. So I said, so what? He said, because everything you upload comes to me. So I'm watching them, the one I like. You know, once you upload something, the one that I like, I click on it. I said, but what about the teaching series? He said, no, I speak once the alert comes. Once the alert comes like that, yes, I just see the top and I pick it. I said, you don't get what I'm trying to say. What about the teaching? Have you listened to Life is Pretty? He said, no, once it comes, if it comes at alert, I get it. Okay. I just kept quiet because the person is so, you know, Nigerians, he's so sure. He's so sure of the fact that he got it. Okay, well, since you are so confident, let me just keep quiet. Let me come and be going. So, but that's why I couldn't even get to explain to him that there are actually teachings that are in full series, but he thought he got it. And a lot of people are making that mistake. So another person wrote me and said, I think I've listened to over 200 of your messages. I said, oh, so what series did you finish? He said, series? He said, oh, I said, what about, have you listened to the thinking series. He said that is powerful. That was powerful. It says assumption. I said assumption, that's one. He said, how many are they? I said there are many, not just that one. He listened to one, he thought he listened to thinking series. Then finances, he listened to two. He listened to it.
Sorry, sir, because the notification,
Yes.
it comes and flash on your...
Yes.
So that's what we picked, because as soon as it comes in, we just pick on that one, but we don't go on the series one.
Okay.
Maybe
so
because
a
you
lot of people make that mistake.
Yeah, we subscribe to it, so it just come as a notification. So we just follow the one that comes in and go on like that.
That's what the man was telling me. So she knows what I'm talking about.
We've read a lot of yours, but not in series. We just, as it comes, notification comes, we just read like that.
Shane, what will you say after that?
I was just thinking that maybe once a month or once a week, they can make an announcement on the proper way of going through this series thing. Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah, because people will keep listening to one message you are doing today, tomorrow, and they don't know these things are there. So I think there needs to be announcements.
You know, we did a recording with, maybe somebody could find it, with one brother from Canada, Charles Adeniji. He said it's written how to best explore DSA's teachings. Yes. If you go to that teaching, how to best explore DSA's teaching, with just say Sunday Adelaja with Charles Adeniji or Charles, you will see one of the things that will come up will be how to best explore DSA's teachings. So he did a great job by saying, don't start from the beginning, start with number 4 series or start with number 6. Then he arranged it in a perfect way that it will best serve you better. Charles, weekly. We should be showing that regularly.
Maybe every Sunday or
every morning. Regularly. So that video is just write Sunday Adelaja and Charles, then just explore, and also write explore. Or how to best explore. It will come up on search on YouTube. Yeah, Adeniji, that's his name.
Also, SoundCloud is very good.
Tell us about that.
That's how I get it.
No, you have to say it in the microphone. Also,
Yes.
what?
SoundCloud.
Tell us about it, please.
Yeah, it has all the series arranged.
Can you stand up, madam? You look like you are older than 50.
I am 66.
66. So at your age, how come you know what is SoundCloud?
Pastor, you talked about it. So I went to look for it and I installed it on my phone.
But you are not the only one who heard me talk about it. All the people sitting here, they also heard.
Pastor, I'm hungry.
So where did you find it?
Yeah.
So you just had me. The first time you heard about SoundCloud was because I mentioned it.
Yes, sir. So I looked for it.
And what did you do next?
So I installed it.
No. What did you do next when you heard me talk about SoundCloud? What did you do? Tell me the steps, system now.
I went to the applications on my phone.
You didn't Google it?
I went, on Chrome. And then it came up and I installed it. It's a process to install it. And once you install it, it just shows you all the series. And then each one, you just keep listening. I like it because I put it in my ears and go to sleep.
Audio.
Yeah, it's the audio. I just put it in my ears and go to sleep. I put it in my ears and I'm working. So I'm cooking and doing stuff for the church. I'm putting it in my ears. I'm constantly listening to it.
How do you find it?
I went to
Play Store. It's on Play Store.
Yeah.
You have it already.
It's wonderful.
But how did you find Dr. Sunday there? Did you look for?
Okay. When you get when you install it, you just put the name Dr. Sunday and all the things will show up. Yeah, and it's very organized. It just has date by date.
Why do you prefer SoundCloud to YouTube?
Pastor is good for me because I don't have to watch the video. Like I told you, I put it at night. Even when I'm sleeping at night, I put it on and sleep. You know, so I'm always getting.
Huh?
It's a great way to save your battery.
It's a great way to save your battery too. And did you say you like the arrangement better there?
Well, it's easier for me because I just go from page to page. When it finishes, it's automatic. It just keeps going.
So it's automatic in series over
Yes,
there?
yes.
Okay.
Like I did the whole
I should
spirit-
go to playlist, yes, yes.
I go to the whole spiritual warfare. It dealt with it, you know, one by one, one by one.
What happened to you when you did the spiritual warfare
Pastor,
series?
Pastor, you know, demons.
Deliverance series. Huh?
I started with the problem issue I had because there was so much. You have so much information, but I knew that I was battling evil spirits, and I knew something had to be wrong because I've been battling it for years. So I decided to study.
They were not going away.
No, Pastor.
So tell us now what happened.
Pastor, the more I bite them, the more they increase. So I knew I was doing something wrong because I was doing so. I decided to study it one by one, everything that, you know, place by place, all the, you know, various things, you know, the various churches, the deliverances, and all, even, you know, you talk the story of what happened in Domila, and I listened one by one to the end of it, and I was free.
You were free from?
Yeah, I was free from those evil spirits coming to me.
They were coming to you?
Yeah, I would wake up in the morning and I would just see evil spirits.
In your room?
Yeah, everywhere I go.
For many years?
Many years.
You were telling me that you would lie down on the bed, you will see evil spirits all over your room.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you will go to sleep, you will be having nightmares.
Nightmares. Yeah. So I said, even you know, even when I'm not doing anything, I'm going to sleep, I keep putting them. That's why I like the SoundCloud. But I just put them in my ear and it keeps playing. It just keeps playing till you wake up.
But the question though is that you have been looking for all the deliverance with all the deliverance ministers, all the pastors, and nothing worked. But
so
yeah,
I tried to deliver myself.
But you didn't call me to deliver you this time. It just the SoundCloud delivered you.
I just started learning the principles. It was just my mind. It was my mind. The thing was, you know, the attack was when I began to realize, even I knew all the scriptures you were quoting. It's just that now it made sense to me.
Okay.
You know, the Colossians, you know, 2:14 that we've been delivered. You know, Jesus stripped the devil of his power. And you know, and you kept quoting these scriptures, and all the scriptures you were using, Luke 10:19 and all those things, Mark 16, you were saying the signs and wonders that follow believers. I said it is true. So I just accepted it because I heard it so much. I just kept listening to it. And you know, when I miss anything, I go right back. When it really, when I don't understand it and it makes so much sense, I go right back again. I just kept listening to it and listening to it and listening. That's how I started listening to your thing. Just spiritual warfare.
And all those demons just disappeared?
Yes, because I began to see that I'm delivered. Because I used to always talk to them. I bind you, get up, you know.
And they were increasing?
I will see different ones.
So, which means, what is the solution for the Nigerian church? Because everybody in Nigeria is still doing the way you were doing before.
Yes, sir.
So, what was the solution?
The truth. The word says when Jesus is our Lord and Savior, and you know that scripture in Colossians 1:13 that we've been delivered. And you keep stressing that. So once you get it, I'm delivered. And you know, I just acted like I didn't see them. Because I used to give them so much attention. Yeah, and that's what you say. You say you give it so much attention, it grows. You know, you kept saying that.
But some people are refusing to even listen to that series on deliverance and on warfare because they said, since I had said, they had me say somewhere that I don't believe they are husbands or spiritual husbands, and I don't believe in the Mami water spirit. So I said, go and listen to they said, if you don't believe, why should I listen? So they don't even listen. But the ones who went to listen with the husband, with the what they call spiritual husband, they said they will write me halfway. They said we have not even finished it. I've already gotten delivered. And the one with Mami water spirit, what is Mami water spirit?
Mermaids.
Yeah, marine spirit. They too, the women who are saying all those things, they too are writing me and say, I've not even finished listening to the whole deliverance series, but I'm already delivered. I don't need your prayers anymore. Because before I was telling them, go, they said they were. I said, go listen. They were telling me, no, we need your prayer. You need to. You need to pray for us. I must hear the stories. I said, I don't need to hear your stories. Go listen to the messages. No, pray. I said, okay, let's agree. You are coming to me for help and you are telling me what to do. You do what I tell you to do first. Because I think that's what they have been telling them to do. Come to pray, come get an appointment. You don't need me. You don't need me. You only need the truth. The truth is out there. Go listen. And if you don't, I tell them, if you don't get delivered from the Mami Water Spirit and Spiritual, I give you $1,000. They take me serious. Then they begin to listen. They don't need my $1,000. They don't need my time. They don't need my prayers. Everything is fine. So exactly what you said.
Yes, sir.
You said you listened to the testimony when you were listening.
All those testimonies of various people, and then all the things happening in various churches, how they were being, how the women were being just shamed. Their husbands were shamed, and the women. I didn't see the videos, but I heard the crying and their behaviors and just their dignity. Were just thrown to the ground. And I listened to mine. Wasn't like that, Pastor. Pastor, because I'm a pastor, so I was trying to be bold, but I was experiencing.
You are fighting horror. For 20 years, these demons.
Many men. And Pastor, it was just witches coming to me. But when I knew the truth that I have been delivered.
Even though you are a pastor.
Yes.
I think it's about the doctrine that, I think you just didn't know better. I think, is that the doctrine that you got from Africa or what?
Yes, and the way to be delivered, the deliverance, all these prayers you pray, by all the deliverance prayer and all, just knowing that the work, you kept stressing, the work is finished. There's nothing you're going to do now that you're going to do what God has done. It's done. You're free. And once you know you're free, that's why you need to listen to all of them, because you keep stressing it. Because you really did a lot of work going to all the various deliverances in churches. So whichever way you want to look at it, it was dealt with. Thoroughly, yeah.
And that's why the system, to organize the system of how those videos are there is important. Because when you just listen to one, it's not the same. You need to finish the whole series. That's when you really know you got it.
And that one you did with the guy that was, whether it was Kenyan, that used to be a witch that was really high up there.
Zambian.
That was very, very good. It was very, very good. So praise God.
What do you say about that?
I think I just want to say there are many things we do not know.
No, you have to look here.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I think, Adelaja, I just want to say thank you for what you're doing. I said something earlier today, and we're talking on system.
So are those pastors wasting people's lives or time, or what? How do you describe that?
I think this is an area. I think I'm a bit careful here what I say. I'm not being careful but I'm being careful because I do not have all the answers here. I think this is very important. And I don't want
because
to say.
What Pastor said is that the reason why she, being a pastor, fell into that, 20 years, 25 years of fighting demons and things just getting worse. She said because that's what she was taught. But she also said, but people who taught her didn't know better. Is that what you mean?
Yes, sir.
That people just didn't know better. That is the kind of gospel that was delivered to her. But here, she never listened to me preach live. She never saw me. She just listened to the truth. And she herself is testifying right now that she's totally free.
Yes.
So, which means other people in Nigeria could be helped as well. Instead of going 20 years, 10 years to church, I'm going through deliverance all the time and still not be free. So knowing the truth, wouldn't it just be better for us to find a way of letting people know the truth rather than just going through the motion that is just making the lives of people worse?
Well, just a little thing to add there is that the way I see it personally is that yes, there is a truth. I don't know if speaking a little bit of here. There's a truth which is the logos. There's the truth which is called the logos, and there's also the rema. Now, when we know I don't know how much I can hear. So when we know the truth which is the logos, it's like ice. As an ice block. But that same ice block, when it melts, it begins to flow, and that is the rema. But it's the same thing, it's the same water, H2O, but it's now doing something else, and it's affecting things in a different manner. Now, this is very important because I've sat under a lot of men of God, and of course, coming to DSA here, I said this earlier that I feel different. And the Bible tells us that we should test the spirits. And so we test the spirit. So this is, everybody is given that responsibility to test the spirit individually. And then the Lord said, not all who say, Lord, Lord, to me. He said, go away from you. I know you not. He who walk iniquity. So it is absolutely, so we may not have all the answers here, but one of the things I would say to people, I mean those who are watching on TV, is this. As somebody who has also gone through a lot of Bible training, Bible school and all that, is that we've sat under a lot of these anointings, and sometimes you hear the word, but there is no impact. There's no impact with the same word being said. I think you may have to come in here because in Acts of the Apostle, the Bible talks about the believers. They say a lot of things. Oh, nothing is happening. Said Peter is there. Call him. So yes, the same word has been spoken. The logos has been spoken, and Paul said, "I will come. Let us see." If what they said, we will speak, whose one is going to stand. So it's very important, and I'll just say this, that coming to HMT, I'm very happy. I know I'm very, very happy being here. I will encourage people to come.
Although it's demanding.
It's demanding. I'm enjoying every moment of it. But one of the things I found out is that the atmosphere, I don't know, I'm very sensitive in the spirit. I pick up, I'm sorry, I've been reading the Bible. I pick up the spirit, and the atmosphere is brilliant. The atmosphere here, I'm just giving this a personal testimony now. The atmosphere here, since I came, is like a fresh, after a rain, the rain has fallen, and then you have that fresh